Morning everybody. I say morning, it's just gone lunchtime on Sunday. I hadn't planned on putting another video out so quickly, but I seem to have had a lot of questions about the holding tank and the koi that are in the holding tank and how I maintain the water condition in the holding tank. Because I have nothing else to put out at the minute, I thought I'd show you just another run through of what I've got here. And then I'll do a water test, and then I'll show you the water test results. And after that, I'm also conscious that I didn't show you some of the bits and pieces I got for Christmas, so I'll tag those onto the end as well. So as you will have seen before, this is the holding tank. It's just a fiberglass tank that I bought off eBay. It holds 150 gallons, so that's 700 and something litres. There's nothing clever about it. There's no bottom drains. There's nothing like that on it. It's just a holding tank, and it was, it was bought because it was very good value for money at the end of the day. So what I've got in there is a small pump. It's the pump that used to be in the ornamental garden out the back, and I've sat it on a couple of house bricks that are in plastic bags. Just to keep it up off the floor. So yes, I appreciate it won't pull out all the gunk that falls to the floor, but I've got that safety measure in place. If ever one of the unions, the joints fails, then obviously I'm only going to go down to about 4 inches of water, so hopefully that would help me out. So all that does is feeds this. This is a Lotus Clear Pond 18. So it's just a very small black box filter. As I say, it's the one that runs the ornamental garden out the side. It's 3 stages, so under the lid, the water goes into the lid, and then you've got a brush section, and then it goes underneath to the blue foam section at the end, and then over the top into the section in the middle, which then just goes back to the pond by gravity. So I think, don't quote me, but I think there's about an 11 watt UV in there, so not really much point, I don't suppose, me running it at the minute, but it's in there and it's on. So the temperature in the garage is at the moment about 15 degrees, and the temperature in the pond, I've got a probe running down there, is 16, so I'm sort of keeping it around about 16 degrees. And to ensure that, I think I've shown this before as well, this is just a 1 kilowatt heater, so this was cheap as chips, to be honest with you. There's lots of different types out there, and if I'm honest, I can't actually remember the type. I think it might be called the Sabo, but really cheap, 1 kilowatt. As you can see, no fancy pipe work or anything, it just literally pumps the water through the heater, into the top of the filter, back into the pond, and it's as simple as that. This setup works. I'm not sure what the actual maximum amount of water, what the capacity of fish this will actually filter, but on this little filter setup here with I think we've got 7 fish in here. I'll show you them afterwards. It works absolutely perfectly. So this is where I am. I do water changes, or I do a clear up of the sponges and the brushes every 2 days, and I do a big clean on a Saturday, which I've posted on a previous video. So as I say, I'm just going to do my water tests. Again, I use the Pond Lab 200. Lots and lots of different tests out there, and I suppose once I've got the big pond up and running, I might invest in some electrical test kits. But this is really good, really good. It's easy to use, very clear. So as I say, I'll get on to do that now, and then when I finish this, I'll show you the results, and we can see where we are. Catch you in a bit. Okay, I've just finished doing the water test, and we've waited the 10 minutes for the colours to develop. You'll notice that glasses are needed for this part of the process. When you're getting as old as I am, your eyes start going, blah blah blah. But on that note, one tip, you probably already know about this anyway, but on a lot of these kits, they'll have like a mark on the actual glass. I couldn't see it very well, to be honest, so the first thing I did was just put a black mark on there so I knew where to fill the water up. But then even easier is, I just bought, I think, a 5-pack of these 5mm syringes off eBay, and it just makes life so much easier. You can draw the water out from, I just normally pour a good sized pot, because I use this to clean the tubes afterwards, and then you can just pour a 5mm amount out, and then I'll squirt it straight in, and there's none of this little tipping and dancing with it. But anyway, so here's my my test results. As you can see, So the ammonia is virtually zero. It's yellow. The nitrite is light pink. So again, obviously I suppose that could be improved with a few more water changes, but I reckon it's about 0.25. The nitrate is very, very low, so I'm certainly not worried about that. The pH is perfect. It's about 7.5, something like that. And in terms of the alkalinity, the KH, obviously you all know what the actual measurement is, but in terms of this particular test kit, anything that turns the water yellow between 6 and 8 drops is fine. I did this is 7, so it's smack bang in the middle. And ditto for the general hardness, the GH. Once you've put the reactor in, I'm looking for anything between 10 and 15 drops to make it turn this nice blue colour. And again, it's 12, so it's you know, it's virtually smack bang in the middle. But yeah, very reliable kit. The only thing I would say with any of these sort of kits where you're using test tubes is obviously not only clean them out properly when you've done the testing, but also I always clean them again with fresh pond water before I start the testing to make sure that they are absolutely clean. But yeah, that's it now, so I'll just clean these out in a minute. I will just pop over here just to show you some of the bits and pieces I've been buying over Christmas. So Father Christmas has paid a visit. My new filter makes a really handy desk to put them on, but there you go. So box number 1. I'm very keen to have everything on my pond, all the elements of my pond ball valved off. So I'll have a ball, obviously I'm going to have a big gate valve where the water comes in from the 4-inch drain into the filter, but then I'll have one of these double union ball valves either side of the pump. Again, just, you know, it's future proof, just make sure you can easily take them off. I'll have on either side of the pump, either side of the UV. I'll have one going up to the skimmer. I'll have one on the pipe that goes around the corner, and there's a whole raft of them that are going to go on the air source heat pump, obviously, so I can do a bypass. So I think there's about 10 in the box. I think I need 9, so I've just bought one as a spare. And then in the other 2 boxes, I've got this one are all my plastic or pressure pipe fittings. So I've got 90s in there, I've got T's in here, there's some 45-degree angles in there, and there's some straight couplings as well if we need any of those. So getting as prepared as I can for the point at which we can start doing the pipe work. And then in the 3rd box is all the rubber fittings. So various, I've got 4 to 1.5 inch, 4 to 2 inch, depending on whether we run a 2 inch or a 1.5 inch pipe from the pump. There's T's, various T pieces. There's all sorts of reducers and goodies in here. So again, I think I'm all prepped for when we can start doing it. There's a 10-inch pipe, 1-inch pipe over there, as you can see, and that's just the top of the spin drifter. We're ready for obviously once the fiberglassing is done and we can get that in. So I think that's about it for now. That's where we are. Nothing more exciting to tell you. As I said on my previous video, fingers crossed we start preparing the filter house tomorrow. So we do the dig tomorrow, and if everything goes to plan, then we do the initial concrete pour on Tuesday, and then obviously we've got to leave it for 3 or 4 days, possibly a week, for the concrete to go off properly, and then we can build the block work up on the sides. And then is the enjoyable bit for me. Is obviously we start doing all the plumbing and all the technical work. So again, hopefully I'll have another video to show you at the end of the week. But for now, I always like to thank my subscribers. Fantastic! I've gone up about another 5 since yesterday, so thank you very much for that. If you like the videos, please subscribe. But more than that, if you've got any comments at all, please comment. You know, all information is a good thing, and anything you can share with me is fantastic. So thank you very much, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.